guest, Jerry Powell. You can always call in 516-206-0711. And we got some questions for you, Jerry Powell. We're excited to see you today. Meet my partner Malik, the mayor.
Don't forget about Lexi.
Oh yeah, and our newcomer Lexi.
Ladies first. Now I'm ask the first question.
Nah, introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You boss.
How you guys doing? I'm Jerry Powell, basketball trainer, and I'm delighted to be on you guys' show, kids TV talk, and I'm so impressed. I'm lost for words.
Thanks for coming.
We're glad to have you here, brother.
Appreciate it.
Well, Lexi, what's your first question?
My first question for you is, how do you have the patience to train people?
That's a good question. The love, I have passion for it, so I love it. So, you have passion for something, what you think is work is really not work. When you love something, it's something I love to do. So, and I love to see kids get better. Kids get better. Anybody that come in contact pros and kids, I just like to see them get better. So, you know what I mean?
What made you want to train?
He said, what made you want to train?
Well, when I first started, I knew there was a need for it. You know what I mean? Because when I first started the training, I just knew it was going to be the next thing, and I knew it was going to be, there was a need for it because as time went on, I started seeing kids not going to the park like I grew up on. Most kids don't go to the park anymore, because of the AAU, you know what I mean? And kids nowadays, there's more AAU teams and there's more other things than technology than just going to the park. Because when I was growing up, there really wasn't as much technology as it is today. So you really had, to go outdoors and play sports a lot. So I knew there was going to be a demand for it. So that's when I said, you know what, let me start training and see where it gets.
Do you think going outside in the park is safe nowadays now? Like going to the park, trying to work on your game without thinking about something gonna happen to you?
Well, that's why I started the training business. When I first started training, I knew, a lot of parents were going to be very protective of their kids and stuff. I don't think it's dangerous. I just think, there's so many things that's accessible to besides coming to the park now. So I don't know. It all depends on where you at, because anything can happen anywhere, any place, whether it be the suburbs or whether it be the boroughs. Anything can happen anywhere at any given time. So I think, I don't think it's safe, but you never know.
At what age you thought about being a basketball trainer can impact your life?
I thought when I first started training, I had a job. I was in New York City Sanitation Department, and I was working there. And I thought about, I saw karate. What gave me the notions to train is I saw karate school, and I liked the way the sensei was doing his regimen for the kids. And the one thing that stood out to me is how he held all the kids, from the worst kids from the worst kid to the back to the best kid, accountability. And I think nowadays a lot of kids lack accountability. So that's what made me want to do the training part. And I wanted to do, because I think, truth be told, I'm gifted at it. You know what I mean? I think God gave me a gift. Everyone has their calling. And I think I found my niche in life. Like, training is like a gift, a gift to me. That's why it comes so easy to me.
How old was you when you got into the training business?
When I first started training, I must have been, I think I was 28. I was 28 years old when I went. But I've been working out all my life because I was one of the kids that weren't that good. So I would always work out. And, the first time I got obsessed with myself working out was when I went to the Providence basketball camp where Coach Rick Pitino at the time was the coach at Providence, and I watched Billy Donovan, who is now the coach for the Thunder. I watched him do an individual workout, and I was impressed from that day on. I took that workout home with me, and that workout actually got me better. And that's when I fell in love working out.
Did you play college ball anywhere?
Yeah, I went to Southern Connecticut.
Did you play high school ball? What did you play high school ball?
I went to Lyndhurst High School.
Okay.
You from Lindenhurst?
No, I'm born in Harlem. I'm originally from Harlem, and I was when I was young, like 11, my parents, my mom had me when she was young, so I was forced to go. I ended up on Long Island in the system, so I was living with a family who, as a youngster, showed me discipline. I needed discipline. Had I stayed in Harlem, I probably would have ended up in trouble, or there wouldn't be no Jerry Powell you're speaking to today. So I needed discipline. I needed somebody that really cared about me, because at the time, my mom had me when she was young, so she was a baby having a baby. So I just knew, that I had to do a change.
So you be America's Most Wanted instead of America's Most Best Trainer.
Exactly.
Lexi, any questions?
How many years of college did you do?
I'm four.
Have you ever trained any professional athletes?
Oh, there's no question. That was the goal when I first started. I always wanted to train NBA players, but I'm not one of the trainers that, just because I train an NBA player, I'm not going to say, hey, I train NBA players. I'm not training kids. I like training anybody, because I just like working.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna let the kids ask. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
What NBA players did you ever train?
I trained Paul George, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Reggie Jackson, Al Harrington, Jermaine O'Neal. I never trained them.
Nobody trains
Paul
Melo.
George. I know
He's a
you
bum.
Paul George.
I seen him.
Wait a minute, so you train KD?
Yeah, I trained KD.
So we get the next tickets, right, for the kids? For the kids.
No trainer can really claim KD, because KD trained with everybody.
Right, yeah, I'm just
You know what I
joking.
mean?
What college did you go to?
Just
Southern Connecticut.
How much do you charge your NBA employees being trained?
It depends. It depends on how long the session is. Because when you're doing a business, when you're training NBA players, they're not NBA players are not walking around with a pocket full of money. They don't do that. So what happens is, you can't say, when you're working out pros, you have to set it up in an invoice form. They're not going to be like, okay, I work you out. They're not going to give you cash. That's not what they're not going to do that. So you got to say, you know what? When you're dealing with pros, you're dealing with a financial guy. So they'll give you the number to the financial guy, and whatever you charge, they will wire that in your account. So the money's not an issue.
Like they send it to you, go straight to your
It goes straight to your
It
account.
goes straight to your card, your credit card. Yeah.
No, to your bank account. You know what I mean? You give them the routing number, and they can wire the money into your bank account.
Who's the best player you ever trained?
Well, who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite
Yeah.
to train?
Yeah.
I got a lot. Pros?
Pros and kids. Well, not kids, but pros and people that grew up without, people, you know what I mean, over the
Okay.
time.
My favorites, because I don't want them to curse me out, but my favorites, first and foremost, I gotta say, Jermaine O'Neal. I love that guy. He really took care of me. And I'm not even talking about the money. He just went above and beyond for me, and I was like, you know what I mean, and really appreciated what I was doing for him. And we're still friends to this day. Al Harrington, big time. I love Al Harrington. He's another one. he really, really, you know, was a pleasure to work with. Mike James, because me and him was childhood friends. So, AJ Price, I'm very close with.
He went to UConn, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm very close with AJ.
I watched him grow up playing in ISA.
On the girls' side, I'm close with Bria Hartley. I like.
Yeah, you raised Britta Hartley.
And Sammy Perhalis.
You raised that. Sammy's your product too. I watched them all grow out of you too. Yeah.
And
Who do you think is better?
Man.
Whose father's crazier, Bria?
No. Bria's dad is real cool. He's real laid back. Real laid back. Nah, he's quiet. He doesn't say anything.
Nah, you ain't seen the game, bro.
Yeah, but
I see where you ducked that question.
yeah, no. He's Sammy's dad is laid back too.
Nah, that's that question about who's better, Sammy or Bria? Who works hard? Let's not say who's better. Let's say who works hard.
They both work hard.
Yeah.
Sammy's a beast though.
Yeah.
Sammy's a monster.
Bria's in the WNBA, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
How do you think the era right now with college basketball and NBA have changed the generation of the kids that playing basketball right now?
I think the talent this generation is unbelievable. I never thought, you know what I mean? I see a kid jumping in the air, throwing the ball under his legs, and just sitting in the air for that long. You know, athletically, this generation is insane athletically. I just think it's just, and the generation is just different. The game is different. It's more, this generation, the players are way more skilled. You know what I mean? The generation I came from, it's just them more, I would say, a little tougher because you had to be tough. But this generation is very, very, very skilled. It's way more skilled than the generation that I'm not saying my generation wasn't skilled, but at the masses wise, like there are more skilled players today than it was
Yes,
back then.
The pool is much bigger now, I believe.
Yeah.
I think the players nowadays are more athletic. I don't know if their skill level is better, but I think they're more athletic. But the pool, like you said, is
Yeah.
much bigger.
Who's your favorite high school player?
My favorite high school player right now,
Yeah.
I'd have to say the kid that, he doesn't work out with me, but he works out with the guy on my staff. My favorite player right now in high school would have to be Jonathan Kaminga.
What about on the girls' side?
On the girls' side, who do I have? Man, I don't really have that. I have one good girl. I don't have that. I don't have that many girls that work out with me as much as I used to. I have a girl that's at Lehigh named Kayleen Schmeichel. She's very good. Matter of fact, she just had 39 last night.
Wow. Malik, who's your favorite high school player?
Myself.
All right. Akuma?
I was about to say the same thing too.
Mine is Musa. Block everything, dunk everything.
I like Mikey Williams.
Mikey Williams. I don't know Mikey Williams. Where's he from?
He just dropped like 70-something bucks.
Wow. You have a favorite player in Lexington?
My brother,
Oh, okay. What's his name?
Tyler Bond,
And what school does he go to?
Martin Luther High School.
Okay. All right.
Who are some of the players you developed that's playing basketball right now?
You mean pro or college?
Like college, overseas.
We got I got a kid from Vanderbilt, so he's named Rod Odom. We got a kid at Wake Forest named Isaiah Mukias. We got
How about on the pro level?
got a kid at at Xavier named Tyreek. He's a big. And the pro level, my favorite player on pro level, I got the Holiday Boys. He still work out me. Reggie Jackson from the Detroit Pistons. Alan Crabb. And that's pretty much about it.
How about little guys? Who's the next little upcoming guy you're seeing right now?
There's a little guy that works out me. He's tough. His name is Nigel James. Just very tough.
Play New York.
Yes.
Like I know him?
Yes,
How old is he about?
Like 7th grade, 8th
He's
grade.
like 12.
Okay.
He's different.
Yeah, 9
You think it's better than Taj?
That's his buddy.
Yeah.
It's like his best friend.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a couple kid named Preston that me. Got a lot of good kids. Yeah.
Where do you train at now?
I'm still at the annex. Steve Dory used to work out with me. Yeah, I remember that.
I was Steve Dory.
She's pretty good. She's pretty good.
He's being diplomatic.
No, Steve was just hard on her because, as any other parent, he was just hard on her. She was, from what I can remember, she was super talented, just a little lazy.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I mean. And I think she was lazy because what happens is when things come to you easy, you take it for granted. You know what I mean? And I think basketball came to her a little easy, so it's like a hobby. It was like a hobby to her. You're good at something, but you don't really take it serious because it comes that easy. And it's just that's my own.
You're right. Lexi?
How did you train NBA players when they're considered the best of the best? Like, how did you get them to listen to your point of view?
Okay, the one thing, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked me the question. Two things when you work out pros, you gotta do, first of all, you gotta do your homework. You gotta do your homework, and there's a program that most trainers should have, and the program is called Synergy. So let's say you send me a pro, right? You send me a pro, the first thing, and you give me a name, the first thing I'm gonna do is the Synergy, what it does is an analytic thing. So what it does is it breaks your game down in numbers. It tells you how efficient you are going right, how efficient you are going left, and it breaks you down. I have that program. So if you send me a player, so that way when we get to the gym, I already know what to do. The first thing you want to do with a pro or anybody, especially a pro, is work on things that he's not good at. Because if you work on things he's not good at, the first sign of improvement is on what they couldn't do. So now once you be like, wow, when you see him play, I remember he couldn't do that so well. You could tell he worked on that. That's the one thing. Two things, you gotta know what you're talking about. You gotta have some type of information, and you gotta be able to articulate that information, why it works and why it doesn't work. So that way, when they make a mistake, they know how to make the adjustment.
You get free sneakers? NBA players you get free sneakers?
No, I don't get free sneakers. No, I a little bit. I can. I just don't.
I mean, if you wanted to.
Yes, I can get free sneakers, but what I try not to do is I don't beg like that. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't.
You ever been in an NBA play house?
Absolutely. Yeah. I lived with Jermaine for about 7 years. It's a different living. Being in the NBA is like it's like a secret society. It's like if my advice to you guys, if you're a boy, how I look at it, I was driving one day. If you're a young man and you're playing ball and your inspirations and your desires is not to play in the NBA, you're a fool. Because the money that they're giving away,
It's free.
it's not that it's free. It's just crazy. Because the TV deal, you got guys that average single digits and getting 100 million.
They don't plan. Last person on the bench getting millions of dollars.
Yeah. So, and the one thing you got to understand about that NBA, there's always going to be a draft. So you can't get there and get comfortable, because the minute you get comfortable,
There's somebody there that's gonna always.
passion.
Let me ask you a question. I'm sorry, Malik, to cut you off. You mentioned the word analytics. Now, do you believe in analytics or do you believe in the old school stuff? Analytics important to you?
Not really. It's not important to me, but you know, you got to remember, analytics is a part of technology. So it's numbers, because what happens if you're gauging something by numbers on a person's game and that person gets hurt? Now that analytics is off. You know what I mean? Because anything can happen. He can get hurt, and now he can't reach that milestone from an analytically number standpoint. So, thank you.
Oh, I was told to ask you, how many pairs of sneakers do you own?
All right. Right now, and probably in my house about 1,500.
So you have a special room for sneakers
It's in my garage.
in the garage?
I sleep with them.
Are you married?
No, I'm engaged.
Okay.
You have any kids?
Yep.
So you rather have your sneakers or your fiance?
He's trying to get me in trouble.
Wait a minute, still? You didn't answer the question still?
No.
No, this is not so good.
What's your favorite pair of sneakers to wear?
You ain't gonna believe me, but I gotta tell you, I got two pair. I like the Jordan 4s. The Jordan 4s that I have on, but I got the Dome Beckers with the Superman tongue.
I don't know about those.
Yeah.
You a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite brand, Jordan?
Nah, I like Jordan, but I don't wear nothing but Nike. Nothing.
Why? Why is that?
I just, I was always a Nike guy, you know what I mean? I've tried things. I've tried other sneakers and stuff like that. And to go back to your other question, my first pair of sneakers I like is Sean Weatherspoons. Those are my favorite sneakers.
Okay. With that right there, let's go to 5-minute break, Towel Boogie. We'll take a little break, a water break.
Steve, you gotta go, man. You gotta come to pressure.